reaching a good.
Hang on, Mike, we're ready to, Mike, we can start the live stream.
All set. I just started it.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, Julie and Abe. Hello there.
Hi, Julie and Abe. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Kingston live. So, but take care. While I'm not there, make sure everything goes well, please.
Hang on one second. Mike,
Kingston's in good hands, Eli.
I don't see it.
Oh, good. So we don't know.
They are. Oh, we are there.
We do have a quorum. And so I welcome you all. Good afternoon. I know for the academics, it's getting to be the conclusion of the year. And that's one thing I'd always mention. It's going to be the happiest day of the year for the senior class and probably grads when they graduate. I'm not only happy for them, but happy for their families and friends. And they're, I'm sure, anxiously looking forward to the celebration. Okay. And I hope that we can all attend. Three students are planning to, okay. Great. So our minutes still haven't been approved from February 5th and March 12th. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes? If there are no.
I make a motion to
deletions,
approve the minutes for.
I second.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
TG, thank you. Okay. There's something new on the agenda here, but should I give a drum roll to Shelley? Are you going to?
You want me to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
If you bring Lisa in, I think you all know that. Oh, okay. Here, Bill. Come on.
We just,
Grand entrance. I always thank people for making me look good because I'm by nature tardy. Thank you. And so we're going to see somebody who's been shepherding us for a while, assisting in every way.
Quick, shut the door.
Okay.
you're locked in. Where's the duct tape?
Hello there, Shelley. You're going to do the intro, and it's just going to be Lisa's time to shine. But you've been shining for over 25 years. You've been tirelessly in your support over one administration after another. It's not so easy to shepherd these people, to keep their schedules and shove them and keep track of things. And I know I'm a recalcitrant, and you have to remind me numerous times. And so your job was just a breeze, but it wasn't. And it was so important, so supportive in every way. And you've been gracious, conscientious, and delightful.
Yes.
And we all want to thank you. It's really going to be missed. But I know you'll always be part of the family. That's who you are. And it's this month, right?
The end of the month.
Tick, 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 tick. Okay, it's bittersweet, but we want you to enjoy the future. And in recognition of your service, on behalf of the council, there's been a resolution we're going to hear from Shelley. And Shelley, would you
Sure.
do the honor of reading it?
So, a resolution of appreciation for Lisa A. Davis. Whereas Lisa A. Davis has provided exemplary service to the SUNY New Paltz Council in her role as administrative assistant in the Office of the President from 1999 to 2025. And whereas she has served the university faithfully and with distinction during the administrations of 4 SUNY New Paltz presidents, Roger W. Bowen, Stephen G. Poskanzer, Donald P. Christian, and Darrell P. Wheeler. And whereas she played a key role in supporting 3 presidential search committees in securing the leadership of Presidents Stephen G. Poskanzer, Donald P. Christian, and Darrell P. Wheeler. And whereas Lisa A. Davis will retire from state service effective June 1st, 2025, after a total of 37 years at SUNY New Paltz, Stony Brook University, and Monroe Community College. And whereas this council is desirous of recognizing her and thanking her for her 26 years of dedication and contributions to the university and the work of the council, therefore be it resolved that this council pays special tribute to Lisa A. Davis, and be it further resolved that these preambles and resolutions be entered upon the minutes of the council and a copy thereof be presented to her. Would you make a motion for the resolution to be? Eleanor,
make a motion to.
I make a motion for us to
Second, Neil,
honor.
all in favor? It's unanimous.
Second.
They're gonna let you go. I can't believe it. So Lisa, I want to thank you. Easy, and it's not easy. I know that. And it has to do with dedication and your personality. And you're conscientious and effective. And I hope you have that same drive in enjoying life.
Thank you so much.
You deserve it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You all, love you all.
I mean, I'm not hard to, it's possible to manage. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
And some.
Thank you, everyone.
I don't know, but I'm gonna have to move forward. Okay, so let's see, Kat, we're gonna have you speak.
Sure.
About the federally mandated updates for Title IX and hazing,
Yes.
which thank God we're not in the newspapers about yet. And you're gonna keep us out of them, right?
That's it.
So is there less
We don't have-
Title IX, more hazing?
No comment. No. You gotta hit the button, pause it off the record, okay? So why don't you give us a little information?
Sure. So this body would typically approve changes to our code of conduct, which would include pieces of our Title IX process. A few months back, a federal court flipped a previous version of Title IX that we were acting within that was part of our code. So the choice has been, not the choice, but the way we've proceeded is reverting to the previous regulation. So it's the 2020 iteration that was previously approved by this body. So we are just reverting to what we had done then because we move with the wind of the legislation. So if it changes, we have to in turn change our processes. So that covers things like mandatory live hearings, cross-examination, definition of sexual harassment has been narrowed. So those are some of the key sort of highlights of what's been changed under our reverting back to the 2020 policies. We were previously under the 2024. We thought it was not going to be flipped, but it was. So that's one piece of it. And that covers areas from Tahina Shop of where Title IX lives to my area of conduct and community standards of where things sort of the ball gets handed off and we continue with the process. The other piece is that the Stop Campus Hazing Act was signed into law at the end of 2024. This is the first ever federal legislation addressing hazing in higher education. So it compiles things like institutions beginning to collect hazing incident report, publication requirements under that, investigative processes and prevention education strategies. We're really fortunate that we were doing all those things. So it doesn't encompass any major changes, but it will have implications under our code for any potential investigatory processes. So all that to say, these are things that we are already doing, but they are pieces that can impact our processes. They would not be subject to approval as they are federal mandates, but it's always good form to make sure our folks are updated and that we are keeping everyone in the loop. So that's a little bit about those. Any questions?
So this is what we live under, and that's because Hamilton prevailed, the Federalists prevailed, and that's, and even though we're up here in Ulster County where we were anti-federalists, if you know the history up here, and George Clinton was not one of the gang, okay? It was a whole different thing, but that's the way we are, and we're in harmony perfectly, like of course, and you're going to keep us on the straight and narrow, but it's probably really easy here because we stay out of, how would I say, out of the margins and even off the margins. We stay right here, right center and grounded. So thank you very much. And the past is never the past. Sometimes, there's 4 gears forward. Once in a while, there's a gear in reverse. And a Jillian pendulum swings, snaps back, swings again, and we move forward. So thank you very much. Okay. let's see, I jumped the president. So let's hear, how we doing here? I know from outside, it looks great.
I'm so glad to hear you say that. We ordered this weather non-rainy today just for your arrival, so thank you. It's been a busy period since we last met. We've concluded classes on Monday. Hurrah, hurrah. Finals begin on Friday, I believe, and they run for about a week. Commencement begins with the graduate ceremony on the 16th. So 16th, Friday the 16th. I was looking to see what was going on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Friday the 16th, that's our graduate ceremony that starts at 6 p.m. And then on Saturday and Sunday are our undergrad ceremonies beginning at 9 a.m. on each day. On Saturday, it's the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and on Sunday, it's the other schools, the other 4 schools. So if we encourage you to participate, we look forward to having you there at any and or all of the ceremonies, but please let Rich, Shelley know if you're coming. And we want to make you aware of a couple of changes to the commencement experience. The first is we're going, unlike last year, we're going back to the outdoor experience. So right out here on Old Main, where the commencement will be, rain or shine. So it's been decided. So you will decide if it's a good hair day, a bad hair day, an umbrella day, or whatever. We the platform stage so that more bodies can sit on the stage. We found last year that during the indoor ceremony, students enjoyed, as did families, the greater participation of the school deans, the department chairs. So we're making more room for the deans and department chairs to be on the stage to greet the students in an organized way. So we've added about 25 additional seats. So instead of about 30, there'll be almost 50 people on the stage, including college council, our designated speakers, et cetera. So that should be exciting. And we just want you to know that. And if we can get this to come up properly, we're just going to show you on the screen where people will be. But on the day of the events, there'll be marshals will be there to usher you to your seats.
Oh,
And Rich, in my understanding, the seats will be designated so that you'll know where you're supposed to go and where we line up.
Yes.
So even if we can't get the screen up here, we're not going to obsess about it too much. We just want you to be aware that there will be more bodies on the stage, but your seats are guaranteed. Your tickets are Willy Wonka-ish, meaning that they are in gold. So we know that there'll be places for you.
But we
Okay.
don't have to wear the,
My
only kidding. Only kidding.
You might want to if the weather holds up,
Oh, yeah.
but if you need regalia, again, Rich, Shelley will be the points of contact to make sure you have cap gown for the day.
will we be given instructions where to meet and
Yes.
robe?
So
Yep, that's on its way to you soon. Yep.
Okay.
So we look forward
Working on it
to
today, weren't we?
any and all college council members who want to participate. So Abe and Julie, if you're interested in any of the above ceremonies, please let Shelley and Rich know so that we make sure that we get you information. Okay?
Try this one more time. folks.
See all those happy faces,
Sorry.
and they're all happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, don't worry about it. I mean, we were just going to show you the platform and the procession pathway.
Yeah.
Unless there's a monsoonish kind of wetness to the grass, we're going to process in from the back.
Here you
Oh, right. Come on in. We're going to process in, not from the side right onto the stage. We're going to come down through the middle of the audience.
Oh, nice.
And right, so and part of the reason is by coming down the middle of the experience, along with the students, everybody gets a better view of the procession, as opposed to just coming off the side.
Oh, yes.
So those are the couple of changes. So Michelle, don't worry about it. Just let's just go on. But you'll see get there.
All we do is get in line.
Get in line and point us.
All right.
So I think those were our updates. Any questions about the commencement platform party for College Council?
No. So I just say it's a good experience.
Do I have a seat up there somewhere?
Yes, you will be.
Yes,
there.
yes,
So
Was it first? First.
So you're going to be there, right?
Yeah, I plan on it.
You'll be,
Just a little hop from here to there.
Yeah.
you'll be in the procession, you'll be on the stage.
Yes, there's a seat.
For the reception, yeah.
A seat.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
For both ceremonies, on Saturday and Sunday. Okay? The only other thing I'd like to add to my report is today, we had a pre-launch of the strategic plan this morning at 10 a.m. in a virtual 30-minute session. I don't know if any of you participated. I think all of you all college council members who participated in the process would have been invited. But if you didn't, this was your sneak peek at the new strategic plan. And it will be available. There was an email that went out with a passcode, so you should be getting that soon if you want to get an overview of what the plan looks like. I just switched notebooks today, and I always keep the mission in my notebook, so I don't have the very verbose kind of fills up the notebook page. But I just want to give you an example. This is what our mission statement looks like now. The way a mission statement is supposed to look, it is only a few words that highlight what we do, and then our vision statement similarly situated. And when I presented this at my prior meeting, somebody said, the one thing you must do, because they were at the online session, they said, we should have plaques made and put the mission statement up in the buildings. I was like, why not, right? We could probably have that fabricated for us once we finalize it and find a way to say what it is we value and believe in, or put the whole mission value statement up in each building like many institutions do. So it seemed to go well. We had 163 people logged in. So a lot of folks were there, and just excited to report that we said we would do this back in the fall, and we are there, and there will be an official launch of the full plan in the fall of 2025. That's my report for today.
Wonderful. And the leadership is very obvious, and it's heading in the right direction. And it's the end of the year, scholastic year, and you should get the allocates because, everybody, the administration, the faculty, certainly the students, and the whole institution, everybody from the groundskeepers right on through, just do such a wonderful job and such a good experience. And it heightens, I'd say, the reputation for our entire community, not just the university, but for the Mid-Hudson Valley, New Paltz, Ulster County, and we're beneficiaries. But we get some of the stardust that comes off the institution, and it's appreciated in many ways. And I'm just always impressed how forward things move. And it's not easy. It's not easy. Look, you all make it look so easy and natural. It's like grinding every day and keep the facade there, and here we go. And that's the way it is. And join in. And Xavier, you're going to head out. Are you going to come back next year? Or what are you going to be doing? You're going to be graduating, right?
Yeah, I'll come by to visit though.
Yeah, just to visit every now and then. Right?
See how the strategic planning is going.
Okay.
And have you enjoyed this year?
I have.
And every year.
I have.
Yeah. And it's just, was it like, here's a good question. Before you came, sitting here now, is it anything like you thought it was going to be?
No, not at all. I had no idea this is where I'd be at my senior year. Very glad that I am though.
Yeah, and it unfolds.
Yeah.
And it's like putting the seed in the ground, and then it just water it and get going. And you made some good friends. You'll make lifelong friends, right?
Yeah, I certainly did.
Well, good. We're sorry to see you graduate in a way, but I'll see your happy face on Saturday, I think, right?
Sunday.
Sunday, you're in.
He's
Okay,
business.
just a second. Good. And so congratulations a little bit early. I ran into somebody who still had to do a couple papers, but you got to tie the.
Yeah, I've got a few more of my own.
Put the bow on. Good for you. Okay, Shelley will be in touch with us for the new spring and fall meetings, but we're going to see where the money is. We're okay financially, right, Shell?
All right, so I do apologize for the technical difficulties. We upgraded the technology in this room recently, but unfortunately, we did not upgrade my technological acumen. So For Julia and Abe, we will share these immediately after the meeting, but you won't be able to see the slide. I've got you split here so that the audience here in the room can see both you and the slides. Fortunately, there will be no graphs or numbers shared. It's all going to be just conversation. So you're not missing much, guys, and you'll get them afterwards. All right, so today's discussion, we'll talk about the state budget. We're going to talk also about the general status of the year-to-date budget versus actual for the state operating fund, the big one. And we'll talk about the status of the year-to-date cash balances. So I think, as we all know, there's a budget, but there's not a budget. We do not know the outcomes of the state budget yet. And so we're anxiously awaiting those, but we have been, information's been shared from SUNY System Administration that, and I believe online as well, through the news, that the governor is discussing the ability to make mid-year changes to the budget. We're anticipating the outcomes of the federal budget will significantly impact the state budget. So the governor is reserving her right to make any adjustments as necessary. What that might mean for SUNY, all bets are off. We don't know. So stay tuned for information on the state budget and what it means to SUNY. The status of the core instructional budget. None of this is really new news because we've reported on this previously this year, but we did miss our revenue target marked by 1.5%. Percentage-wise, that's not too shabby. We set a goal for ourselves and we almost achieved it. The state support will be received as expected, so that will all be received this year. So on the revenue side, we are about $500,000 to $600,000 short of our target that we set for ourselves in the beginning of the year. On the expenditure side, while we're still below budget on the personnel side, we are experiencing a little better fill rate in our budgeted positions than we were last year. So it just means that the vacancy savings that we enjoyed last year are not going to be quite what they were. So a little bit more on the personnel side. Also, we're seeing utility increases, and I just got some reports from our sustainability chief sustainability officer this morning, and it's not usage, it's not commodity price, it's both. So for our electricity, our usage is actually down, but the commodity price is up. You all know that because you pay your bills at home. We're also seeing natural gas usage was up, but the commodity price was down just a little bit. And our water bill from Paltz is up pretty significantly. I don't have the breakdown as to whether it's usage or commodity price on that one yet, but I will get it. So our utilities are tracking about 500,000 more than last year. So that's unfortunate. It's still under our budgeted number for this year, but it's more than last year. So the outcome for the end of the year for the state operating fund is we anticipate we are going to have a shortfall of about $6 million. So need to use $6 million in reserve to balance that budget.
Do we have $6 million?
We do. We do. So that's what we're going to talk about now is our cash balances. And when we talk cash balances, since SUNY is very unique in the way that they do things, we talk all funds cash balance. So it's the state operated fund, it's the income fund reimbursable, we call it IFR, it's the summer session revenue, and it's the residence hall revenue. Right now, our all funds revenue or cash is down substantially from last year, but a lot of that was planned. And so here are the contributing factors. We used reserve last year because we had a budget imbalance. That's one reason. We received a residence hall loan last year and we spent it this year. So that's a big contributor to the decline in cash. Again, we had increasing utility expense this year. We have a planned use of cash for Res Hall furniture. We are about to reopen Mohawk Hall after an extensive renovation and an addition of a floor. We need to furnish it. So that comes out of our cash. Just to give you a feel for that, the furniture cost for a building that size is over $1 million. But again, that was planned. We don't bond those funds because furniture doesn't really have that long of a useful life on a college campus. There are also several timing issues. So if we're looking April to April, last April, we had already received our TAP awards, or most of the TAP award for the spring semester. We have not received that this year yet. And last April, we hadn't yet drawn down the scholarship money. So every year we take part of the tuition revenue that comes in, and we use it for presidential scholarships, merit. So it's part merit, part recruitment scholarships that enrollment management manages. And not to get technical, that process involves drawing some funds down. Last year we drew them down in May, in April. So those two last things are timing issues. So all in all, yes, Eleanor, we still have cash in the bank. We will still live to fight another day. And but it is if you are to look at the graph when we distribute the files later on, there is a steep decline in April, but I expect it to rebound in May. Questions?
Yeah, I mean, the wind's blowing in the face, right? Financially, the costs go up and inflation, et cetera, et cetera. Federal impact, we get that really secondarily through the state, correct?
Absolutely. There's no direct impact on the operations of the campus, with the exception of funds that come through the Research Foundation for grants. So when you talk about the money that the state gives us for heat and light and paying salaries, there's not a direct impact there. But when it comes to next year, the state getting several $1 billion in reduction potentially from the federal government, the governor has to cut somewhere. And that somewhere could be SUNY. We don't know. We hope that it's not, but we honestly just don't know.
I know it's not easy to manage. The reserves help, but they're not infinite.
They're not.
I've seen it over the last 30 years because almost always crisis, don't get me wrong. This is not a profit-making institution, okay? But you still need to keep everything going. And education is the investment in the future. And it's the best investment for the state. It's the best investment for the federal government, human capital. And that's what makes this great. And but it's short-sighted from year to year. What you can do is, I don't know, I'd say federal level. The state seems to be okay and supportive of the university system. The governor seems to be behind it. Just, give it a little push, be involved. Thank you for trying to I know it's a shell game somewhat, and some of it's timing from now to scholarships replenish, and it looks bad, but $500,000, $500,000 is a lot of money. So thank you very much. Sure. Does anybody have any questions? We have so little control over when we get in, but
I imagine with the dorm being done now, more
Yeah.
students will be able to live in there again, hopefully, and
yes.
you can.
Yes, but.
Another one's good.
Yes, but. Yeah, we have a continuing plan of kind of rolling closures of dorms to do other projects. So when Mohawk Hall comes back up, H Hall will go down for some much needed bathroom repair. When that comes back up, the College Hall project will begin. So that will be down for a while. So we are working very closely with residential life to keep them sane, keep the rooms occupied, and help enrollment management bring in a new class of students. So it's going to be a fun summer.
Oh, yeah, keep them coming, talking up to your friends, from high school.
Yeah.
Tell them where to head up the Hudson. And then, of course, you'll then have to furnish them. Yeah. And
Well, when you do bathrooms, there's not too much furniture, so it's not so bad. So yeah, the repairs that we're doing to other dorms at this point do not include full-scale renovations. But we always do replenish some furniture every year. So,
keep it fresh.
yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much. Things always look good to me when I, walk around and see things. So, appearance means something, especially with recruitment and people's first impression. What do they see first? It isn't the inside, it's the outside. They come here, hopefully the sun's shining, and they see a lot of happy faces from the students. So they're happy people. And that's where they want their kids to go. And so it has to do with the hard work that's done by all of you. And I'm so, infinitely grateful. So thank you. Let's see, I think, anybody have any new business? No, there's no old business. We cleared everything up. We got the minutes from two meetings. Other than that, anything else? Anything new? Any new? No? I see some people maybe in about 10 days, about 10 days from now, graduation, hopefully see you socially. Again, always support the institution. You're the council, you're our ambassadors. If it's bad, don't say anything. If it's good, talk it up. Okay, that's the way we do it. So thank you very much. It's been a wonderful year. See you guys next year.
Oh, one question.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I would like to know if we could make Eli the president of our council.
I'm not available. I'm not, I only have one president.
Why don't you become the actual chairman?
You have
I would
to
like
talk to me.
that.
I saw the I probably should have given her a slip. So, but that's,
Could we not vote on
I
that?
know how would I say?
Governor's privy.
I'm gratified to do this, but I'm getting on that end of that curve, and like I don't have an expiration date yet, but
You like it the way it is.
No, we would love to have permanent members, right?
me, I'm not a change person. Okay, I'm like the same thing over and over, same thing for breakfast, same guy. But that's not the way of the world. There's constant change and evolution, and I'd like to see the young faces. And I like it. Thank you very much. I take it as a compliment. It's my pleasure.
Yes,
Just,
because you do the work.
I am
You do the work.
I am to the marrow a believer in, public education. First step up. It gives people opportunity. First step up. Where would it come from? Private to step, and private institutions have their own baggage. Public has other things, political wins, et cetera, but it's here and it's a first step up. That's it goes from the land grants institutions, from the public colleges. It's the backbone of America. It's education. I don't know of anything else, education. They can say, well, you feed the hungry. Well, you can come here and learn to become a farmer or become a geneticist. You come get an education and all those things, engineering, mechanics, everything. Business, et cetera. It's all about education, right? And even if you don't use Greek literature, your mind has been exercised. When you play a sport, you do lifting and stretching, but you don't do those lifts and stretches on the field. Okay? Same thing with things you do academically. You say, well, when's the last time I used trigonometry? I'm still waiting to use algebra. Okay? But now what did it do for me? Other than give me angst, but but I would say it's all those exercises in intellect. And it's both in and out of class. In and out of class. So it's all good. And the public sphere gives everybody the opportunity. Doesn't come with, who you are or finance. It comes on what you want to be and your inclination to get educated. So thank you, everybody. Anything else? Thank you for your leadership. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
When is our next meeting?
We don't know.
It's in the fall.
Shelley will let us know.
We'll be working on
Correct.
dates. Yep.
It'll be after the summer.
So moved.
Okay, go great. All in
Are you
favor?
going to be on time for your event?
Yes, I gotta go print something out and then I'll meet you.
Yeah, they're come in.
Great.
Thank you.
Where is it? Enjoy the
Ballroom.
See you there.
We'll see you down there.
See you for graduation.
Thank you.
Where am I going next?